And we didn't really know what to do about you. And so we decided to collectively write an open letter, so we're sharing it with all these people, to you. And it starts with Liage. There's going to be a lot of paper passing. You guys have made it this far. Dear Grace.
Dear Grace. You are a very special person in all of our hearts. Without your kindness, your leadership, and being the best Bruce anybody could ask for, I don't know where I would have ended up by the end of this year. You designed a city of young, destructive teenagers, and now your legacy will live in our hearts forever. As a junior, and as juniors, we weren't able to have a lot of experiences with PJ, and some of us weren't able to meet him, but you kept this program alive for us, and you have been the best PJ that we could ever ask for.
You are ATC's own personal dictionary. You are the textbook definitions of all that ATC strives to be. You are the definition of conviction, somebody who chooses and sticks with their choices. You follow through. You are the definition of kindness. You give to the community and continue to give over and over. The generous benefactor of the dreams of 12 young adults.
You came to ATC when things were rocky for the youth ensemble, when we felt like things might just fall apart and proved us wrong. You allowed us to continue the work we love to do with the people we love to do it with. You always found a way to make sure we had every opportunity we ever wanted. When we hit rock bottom, you showed us that things would be different, but just as great.
Grace, I can't express how much you mean to this ensemble. You have been the glue that has held us together for so long, and I don't know what we'd do without you. I want to thank you for your courage and your heart throughout this whole process, because I know coming into this position, you were left with was hard. And also you had to deal with us angsty teens all the time. Thanks for being a second mom to all of us and giving us a feeling of home. I will never forget the love you created in this space.
We have one of the coolest moms ever. She, like the other motherly figures I have, possesses such beauty, unconditional love, openness, and, well, grace. Grace, I'm glad we got to have you as our second education associate. You and Caitlin both, to me, represent everything that a mother should be, everything she should have, everything she should do. I know you've had some rough patches. Frankly, I sometimes have the urge to track down your ex and beat him to a bloody pulp with my bare hands, because nobody has the right to make you feel down, so down. But whenever you get back up, you do it with a song, a hug, and a basket of cookies. Or at least you would if you ever got us a basket of cookies. So, no name, Mama. Thank you for the year and a half that you allowed me to experience with you.
Grace. Grace! The Bruce. Crucifer. Oh my God. I have so much to say to you, and I don't know where to begin. I guess I'll start by saying I'm going to miss you. It has been my pleasure working with you, and I love you so much. You're everything a person could ask for. You're everything. A friend, mom, mentor, tutor, counselor, therapist, singer, everything. Sometimes you take on so many roles I can never understand how you do it. You have truly been a blessing in my life this year. You have a perfect smile that makes your presence that much more fun to be around. Your heavy leadership impacts the entire theater and truly shows the type of person you are. You are like the best friend that I have always wanted. You're very passionate about everything that you do, and that is what makes you a truly inspiring person. Did I mention your laugh is amazing? It's going to be really hard without you being around, but I am always here for you whenever you need me. You have always been there for me when I needed you the most, and I want to immensely stress the two words, thank you. You have always been someone I can lean on, trust, and even turn to when in doubt. You are such a great role model. Thank you, and much love.
That's not to me. Oh, sweet Bruce. Amazing Bruce, how sweet the tune that goes through the bells. I I wish I didn't have to talk about how much I'm going to miss you. I love you a whole lot. A lot. You've been a tremendous friend and mentor this past year, and it has been an absolute privilege to be able to work and learn from you. You somehow were able to overflow the shoes we thought were going to be impossible to fill. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for talking about music with me. Thank you for doing the Charleston. Thank you for driving vans. Thank you for having a haircut that reminds me of Speed Racer sometimes. Thank you for sharing pieces of yourself with me, and thank you for being my friend.
Grace, the Crucifer, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I'm not sure how to start this or end this because it is contrary to everything that I believe in. I guess I'll just say this. I've internalized the past year of my life as a year that felt like finish line. It felt like a lot was ending and shifting and unfamiliar, and while that is essentially the equivalent to loss on so many levels, I realized how loss is only there to make room for some large gain. The finish line that is this year ends a race, but only means that we all get to rest up and prepare ourselves for another. You've been cheering all of us on from the sidelines and running your own race this whole time. And I want you to know that we're rooting for you now. And we'll be at the finish line and every step along the way, and we know that you will be there too, for us. And now I'll step away from the analogy and the metaphor because I think I'm hiding behind it. I love you, and thank you for the deeds you don't even know you've done for me. I do.
Well, hey there, Grace. Oh, Grace. There are no words to express how absolutely wonderful you are. I remember the first day of Youth Ensemble retreat, and I just remember how calming your voice was, if that makes sense. You had and have this way about you that is so wholesome and so sincere, it always made me feel at ease and at home. Even with all of the transition that this company was going through, and it was pretty impossible to ignore, but you made it possible. And I honestly don't know how. We really made the best out of this crazy, painful, fulfilling, and amazing year. I can't believe that I have to say goodbye so soon. As I'm growing older, I realize that people just have to do what they have to do, and you need to know that we all have your back. I don't know if this is making any sense because I'm writing this and we have 20 minutes before graduation begins. Bottom line, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you have done and will do, because I will not be leaving you alone this next year. XOXOXOXO.
First and foremost, I want to commend you for stepping in for Caitlin in one of the darkest times of the American Theater Company. There's so much to say, but I have 10 minutes left before graduation. But the most important thing I want you to know is that you are our light. You kept going every morning earlier than 9 a.m. and you never gave up on anyone, especially me, because I was hella late. I'm going to miss you with all my emotional being, and you may be leaving physically, but not spiritually.
Okay. So I didn't really add to this because I'm stupid, but I have something to say. So a couple days ago, I shared with the ensemble that something that I discovered about us is that when we truly respect someone, it's because they deserve it and it was earned. And I just want to let you know that I was talking about you, and you really deserve our respect, and you earned our respect because you stepped in and you just worked so hard that you made it feel like you were here all along. And I really respect you for that, because that was really important to me, to have someone who felt like they were here the whole time. Thank you. I respect you.
I also
also did not write to that either, but I do have something that I want to say as well. Honestly, if it was not for you, Grace, I don't know if I would have been able to push forward in high school, because towards the last, I want to say, like 2 months, I was not trying to finish high school at all. I didn't want to, but I would get text messages from you to let me know that, you know, we have ATC on Saturday, and I'm like, oh, I have to maintain this because I want to be a part of something as great as American Theater Company. Without you stepping in to not only make sure that we still had our home, but to make sure that it felt like home every single Saturday, even when we didn't even feel like it could manage. I just want to thank you so much for that, like a lot. A lot. Hold on.